So today I thought we would uh, play with a meditation in the wild experience. So this is a practice that you could do anywhere, anytime, that will bring you into the present moment pretty quickly. And it's very accessible. It's called Just 3 Breaths. So don't worry about how you're sitting, how you're standing, how you're lying down. Whatever position you're in is perfect. You can do this with eyes opened or closed. And all I want you to do is focus your attention on the next 3 breaths. Noticing the quality, the speed, the texture of the breath as it comes in and out. And perhaps after those 3 breaths, your mind will start to take over again and tell you stories, and you'll notice sounds or sensations, which is okay. Give it a little recess. And then when you're ready, come back to just 3 breaths. You don't have to count these breaths. You'll notice at the end of your attention span, maybe it's just 1 breath is the tether. Whatever is the end of your attention span, when it's done, allow the mind to wander a little bit. And then when you're ready, return to focusing on just 3 breaths. Maybe this time you pay attention to how the body moves with the breath. The rise and fall of your chest, or the expansion and contraction of your belly. Or whatever part of the body that is most vivid as you breathe. And again, when the mind starts to wander, allow it to wander. And when you're ready, come back to just 3 breaths. Maybe you start to notice how the body is sitting or standing or lying here. Maybe you start to notice with these 3 breaths any discomfort or any vacancy in sensation, or any feeling of joy in sensation. Often, when we pinpoint a sensation, that is when the story begins to unravel, right? That's where the mind starts to jump off and run around. So allow it. And when you're ready, come back again to these 3 breaths. to the sensation of this inhale and this exhale. To the sensation of the breath as a whole, as it flows in and out of your body. Notice that you're not tuning out the outside world. In fact, sounds and smells and sights may become even more spectacular in your awareness. What we're doing is playing with the volume controls. I can turn down the volume of my thoughts, turn up the volume of my breath. I can play with the sensations that I feel in this moment and the emotions associated. And I can also do none of that. I can simply mindfully allow my awareness to rest on whatever is arising. So maybe my awareness is resting on this breath. Or maybe it's resting on the little itch inside my left ear. Or the sound of the traffic outside my window. Wherever the mind goes, let it go. Be aware of it going. And when you're done with that, come back to these 3 breaths. And when your mind wanders, give it a moment to wander. Let that be part of the practice. And when you're ready, come back to just 3 breaths. Sensation of the inhale and exhale. The sensation of your body responding to the breath. All the other sensations that are here along with the breath. Remember that you have those volume controls to use or not use as you see fit. Sometimes when we sit down to practice mindfulness, it becomes uncomfortable because of all the chatter. Volume suddenly feels very loud, mainly because we've turned the rest of the volume down. So remember that you have that ability. And come back to just 3 breaths whenever you are able. And then letting go of the practice for right now. Simply regard how you're feeling. Maybe this kind of wilding practice is activating for your mind, or maybe it's soothing for your mind to not have a structure too intense. Just notice the effects of the practice. As you go about your day today, at any point in time, remember you can come into this 3 breaths practice. It can be when someone's addressing you before you speak, so that you are fully present with how you feel and what you are thinking. It can be at a moment of downtime, a red light, when you're put on hold. It can be a practice to soothe the nervous system before you take a nap or go to sleep at night. Whatever works for you. Just 3 breaths.